Hey everyone, I am really excited to bring you this new series here on my channel called Taking One for the Team. And I've talked a little bit about it, but if it's a new concept to you, the idea is I spend my own money on more expensive products so that you don't have to. I will take one for the team, so to speak, and be the guinea pig and see if these high-end products are really worth all the hype, which they very well may be, or if they're just really overpriced, overhyped products. So let me just start with a standard disclaimer. It's going to be hard to put a price point on what is considered higher end. So in my brain, I just set it as at least maybe $60, but it could be fluid because maybe there's a blush that we want to look into that's make $40 or $50, which is pretty high for even a department store blush. So, you know, just more on the higher end, but I'm not going to go all the way into what the hell are they thinking. Well, there's one. I will say that I do have an interest in trying the La Prairie foundation, but we'll see about that. Anyway, back to the focus of this video. So for today's video, it should be obvious by the title over my head, I am reviewing the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation. It is an oil-free gel foundation, which I'm reading right off the box. I bought it. It's $78 at Nordstrom, and it is also $78 at Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's. I found it online at a few other places, but it was even higher than that. So I settled on the $78 price. Let me read to you a little bit about the foundation, and then I'll show you how I applied it and all that good stuff. So I'm just reading right from the Nordstrom site. It is an innovative oil-free gel foundation with a refreshing lightweight texture. It does, like I said, retails for $78 for 1 ounce. There are 14 shades. And what's unique about it is that it's allegedly composed of 60% charged water, and which that way will transfer that moisture right into your skin without using oil. And it is made with reflective circular pigments that provide adjustable coverage. They say that the coverage is medium to full and buildable, more on that. And that because of that circular sphere-like pigmentation, it will blur imperfections. And it is also loaded with natural botanicals, including aloe, chamomile, arnica. Those all can calm irritation and soothe sensitive skin. Also rosemary, green tea, and rice bran to help prevent environmentally caused oxidation. And so they recommend on the website applying foundation to areas that appear red or uneven using a foundation brush. And then if you want a lasting finish, you should follow up with, of course, their powder. I will say that it won InStyle Magazine's Best Beauty Buy Award for Best Oil-Free Foundation in 2016. It is vegan, it is paraben-free, sulfate-free, phthalate-free, gluten-free, synthetic fragrance-free, synthetic dye-free, mineral oil-free, and palm oil-free, allergy-tested, cruelty-free. It ticks a lot of boxes that make people happy. So let me talk to you about the actual foundation. So like I said, it comes in this box, just a basic cardboard box, and then the actual container is plastic. I have it in the shade Alabaster. Yep, Alabaster. Here it is. There's no spatula that comes with it, no accessories. It's just the plastic pot. And as I don't know if you can see, I'll show you a close-up. I've used this a lot so that I can give you a very informed opinion. It's not going to come out. And there is an inner rim that an inner lid that you're supposed to keep on it to, I guess, keep it even more fresh. But my lid got stuck up inside it, so it's really just one lid that screws back on. So I have tried using it, I'd say 8 to 10 times. I've applied it with a brush. My preferred method of applying foundation is with a brush. I like a flat top kabuki style brush, which you should see me applying right now. They claim that this is a medium coverage initially that is buildable to full. There's no way. No, I have to dispute that 100,000%. This is a lightweight coverage that is possibly buildable to a medium. So as you can see, there's not a lot of coverage going on. If you use any kind of beauty sponge like a beauty blender, it is just light foundation. It is really cold to the touch, which is really kind of nice if it's warm outside, like in the summer. This would be a fabulous foundation to use if you like the cooling sensation. It's really cold. I don't know if that's the aloe or the extra water, but that part I really enjoyed. Obviously, I wasn't a fan of the Beauty Blender application. It really sheared it out. And I personally prefer medium coverage. Medium, not quite full, but a strong medium coverage. I should have probably started with this if you're new to my channel and not familiar with me personally. I'll be 45 next month. I have generally dry skin. It is somewhat sensitive to certain ingredients. And I prefer a radiant, dewy, satin type finish to a matte, probably because I'm so dry. I wore it numerous times under numerous conditions. I'm wearing it right now. I should have led with that. And my first impression was I really didn't like it. I didn't like the finish. I didn't like how long it took to apply. I feel like you have to use a lot of product to get this medium coverage that they're talking about. And for $78, like I said, I've used this 10 times and I've probably gone through a quarter of the foundation. So for $78, that's quite an investment. I didn't feel like it wore, I feel like as the day went on, it does almost sink in and it does end up being a more beautiful finish as the day goes on. I've had this foundation on for 7.5 hours, so almost a work day. Not really, but that's how long I've had it on. And I'm standing right in front of the window. We're gonna ignore the bells. This is my 4th or 5th time wearing it, and I did 2 layers with a stippling brush, a kabuki brush type thing, and then bounced a little extra in some spots with the Beauty Blender. And I like it better today than any other day. This is what it looks like really up close. Really up close. So unflattering. Nobody gets this close to someone in real life. I'm sorry, but I will do this for you. I have a full face of makeup on. That's how it blends. Don't look at my nose. There's probably boogers. It's allergy season. Let's get back to the real video. It feels like I have no foundation on at all, so those are definite pros. It's very comfortable on the skin because I don't feel like I'm wearing anything at all. It did not oxidize on me. I didn't find a perfect shade match. This is a little too warm, and the next one down is much too light. That's, you know, if there's 14 shades, it's a decent shade range. It's not a great shade range. I'm looking at myself in the camera on my phone just to kind of give you an idea. It's gotten a lot of hype, and after I'd worn it for quite a while in a variety of ways, I started looking at other people's reviews, and I have to say I'm kind of baffled at how much people like this because it's fine. It's fine. It's not bad. It's not great. But when you add $78 to it, I feel like there are other options out there, even high-end options that cost less than this, that are not $78, give you better coverage. I just feel like if you want lightweight coverage so that you're barely covering up anything, why are you gonna spend $80 on a foundation? I feel like that's kind of insane. Like just get like a tinted moisturizer, or, I mean, this doesn't even have SPF in it. So you still have to put on SPF underneath this. So you're kind of losing the lightweight feeling. I don't know. I can't say yes, this is totally worth it. If $78 is in your budget, that it's worth buying. I'm tough, you know, I will tell you this, and I will probably say it again, and you've probably heard it before. I didn't grow up with a huge budget. So for the formative years of my life, I was very much aware of how much every single thing costs and whether or not I could afford it, and most times we couldn't. So in my head, I still approach most things like, is it really worth it? Even if it's a drugstore foundation. Like I recently reviewed the Physicians Formula foundation, the new one, and I didn't like it. It's $15. And if your budget is a drugstore budget, $15 is a lot of money. And are there better options out there for the same or less? Yes. So I'm not going to recommend it. It's the same with this. $78, or let's round it up to 80, is a lot of money. Whether you have the budget or you're even thinking about that stretch, it better be worth every single penny. And I just can't sit here on this side of the camera and say, yeah, run out and grab it. I think it's great. Now, as far as dupes go, to be fair, I'm a dry skin person, so oil-free to me is not much of an issue, and I've never really purposefully looked for foundations that are oil-free. I've done some research to try to find something that's dupeable for this. I can't speak for the veracity of the claims because I've never tried them, but a lot of people online say the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation is not the same delivery system. It's not in this pot, but it has a similar finish. It's a little, maybe even a little more coverage, and obviously far less expensive. Of a similar price point, but still less expensive, is the Dolce Gabbana, I think it's called the Perfectly Cream Foundation, that all the shades and everything are still available on the Dolce Gabbana website, limited shades in other places, so I don't know if they're phasing that one out or not. It does come in a pot, but it's only, I want to say $60 or $64 as compared to the $78. So overall, final thoughts. I think you know where I'm going to go with this. For $78, the fact that it comes, I know I'm going to be picky, but that's what I'm here to do. It comes in a plastic pot, $78. Really? It comes with no spatula or any way for me to get this out. So luckily, actually the lady at La Prairie counter gave me a ton of spatulas, so that's what I've been using to get out the product. I feel like the shade range is not great. I feel like the longevity is okay. I think it wore a good 8 hours on me before it started flaking around here. The pros are it feels really nice on the skin. It goes on very cooling, which is very soothing. It has a beautiful finish. It feels like you are wearing nothing. But my final thought is that no, there's got to be something better than this. So I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you are a user of the Chantecaille Future Skin, if you love it or you weren't wowed with it like me. And let me know, give me some suggestions for what to try next. I am kind of more curious about the higher end foundations. That's what's piqued my interest, but I promise you as the series goes on, I will not just stay with foundation. But I feel like that's the hardest thing to buy online, foundations, and it seems like those higher end ones aren't as readily available in the department stores like where I live. If you live in a big city, you can walk into any department store and they'll have all the lines. But like, I'm very interested in the Kojendo foundation. That's not available in store anywhere. Or the Kevin Aquan Ethereal foundation is another one I'm interested in. It's not quite $60, I think, but again, not available in store. So we can talk about how I picked out my shade, you know, without being able to swatch it, stuff like that. Anyway, it's not limited foundation, so please, in the comments below, let me know what makeup products that are higher end you are interested in me trying and taking one for the team. Also, let me know if you like this idea. I hope you do. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.